How you think I feel? And now you left carbonation and you expect me to reach out to you, or you feel some type of way because I asked you if you want to come on my panel to bring awareness to carbonation, but I'm not asking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you too much of my. I got a lot of shit I gotta do. I got a lot of shit that's on my plate. You know how many people want me to reach out to them when they should be reaching out to me on some real honest to God type shit? But you know, I still stay humble and I still reach out to people. You want to know why? Because I care. I care about what happened in carbonation. I care about what I went through in carbonation. I was there in carbonation, even though you had a certain type of perspective about me. I was rooting for you the whole time. I was rooting for your health the whole time. I was rooting for Nature Boy not to abuse you the whole time. Just is what it is. It just
Can I
is.
can I ask you a question to like the him pinning women against each other and all of that?
Mhm.
My question would be, do you feel like without Nature Boy being in the equation, the women at Carbonation could have flourished without that energy?
Yes, absolutely. Like absolutely. Let me tell you something. Oh my god.
Take it.
Take your time. It's okay. It's okay. Let it out, sis. Let it out.
Hmm.
It's okay. Let it out.
Yeah, I feel like that too, y'all. Like the concept. I'm gonna let her. But I feel like that too. I feel like the concept of what could have been is what attracts a lot of people. But it's the fact that it's not what he says it was intended for. You have a lot of young, impressionable people, going to this man because he's preaching about healing and, just being a catalyst to people, to humanity. And he's not doing that. Everything about what he's doing is self-serving. Nothing is about healing anyone. He can't even heal himself. And I
This
can
is why
understand.
this is why he made me chief this, because he knew I could bring people together. He just wanted me to do it on his accord and I couldn't, because that's not the type of person. I'm not a demon. I couldn't bring the women together on a demonic tip. I could only bring them together on a positive one. And I swear to you, I wish these moments could have been recorded so that y'all could have seen what I was doing behind closed doors. I literally was able to transform his entire environment into a healthy one. And you know what he did? He took it all away. Because that's not what he wanted from the beginning. He never wanted that. Ever. And so that's why he needed to tell other women, you should come in and replace her and do this and do that. But he never wanted to get rid of me. You know why? Because I'm an honest person. I have good energy. You're not gonna want to get rid of anything like that. And people say like, oh well, you think you better than everybody else in combination. No, I don't. No, I don't. Do you know how many women out there can paint better than me, sing better than me, dance better than me, cook better than me? You feel what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't. I'm me. I'm just me. I'm just me. That's it. I can't be nobody else. And people are jealous of me. People jealous of me. Why? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Val,
I'm going to be me.
Val, let me explain why I feel he made you teach this. Because you were a challenge for him. He wanted to dim that light. It had nothing to do with you bringing positivity to carbonation. It has everything to do with him breaking people down. He
Mm-hmm.
made you keep this because you were the hardest for him to break. It doesn't matter how much positivity you brought into this fucking cult. The only thing that mattered to him is breaking people down, and that's what you need to put in your head. A lot of these women don't want to speak on it because he broke all of y'all. He broke everybody. He made it to where that he could abuse everybody and everybody just stand around and watch him. This He's abusive. He's a narcissist. That's what he does. You hear me? Lift your head up. Don't cry, baby.
Hey, y'all, put hearts in the room. Put hearts in the room.
I think it's
No.
I think it's a shame, and I think it's demonic, and I think that we all should bring awareness to it, no matter if we heard about it or not, because this shit ain't right. I gave my life. I gave my life and my energy to saying that this nigga was the Messiah. I cannot go down in history like this. No. I don't stand for Nature Boy. I don't like him. I don't like his ways. I don't like him. I don't like what he do to women. I don't like what he do to children. I don't like what he do to men. I don't like it. Period. And I'm not just gonna sit by idle and just be quiet about it. No, I'm not. People could do whatever they want in life, but I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care how people feel about me. I don't care if you like me or you don't like me. I had to wake up today to like myself, and because I did, I'm better off. I don't need nobody to like me. It is. If nobody stands up and speak about it truly, I will be. I will be. I will be. I gave too much of my energy to say that I loved him. I gave too much of my energy to have had a child by him and to allow him to just continue to do and not say nothing about it and be broken. No, I'm not. I will not allow this to break me. No, no, no. I'm not gonna. No, fuck that. I'm not gonna let it silence me. I'm not gonna let it put me in no mental prison. I'm not gonna let it drive me to suicidal thoughts or none of that shit. Fuck all that shit because I'm not that person. I'm not her. I am not broken. And I'm not gonna hate another woman ever a day in my life because of somebody like him. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna let him take my love away. The love I have in my heart, I'm not gonna let him take that away from me because that's all I have. That's all I have. And I'm not bitter. I'm not a bitter person. I'm not miserable either. I love. Even through all of the shit that I've been through in my life, I still love. And I'm not gonna let nobody take that away from me. Fuck that. I'm not gonna be silenced by somebody that that just harm people. That's all he does is harm people and turn people against each other. So that we would never come together. He turned everybody in combination against each other so that we would never come together, so that we would never stand up for what we believe in him to be. He tried to break all of us to silence us so that we wouldn't come together and speak out about his abuse and what he's doing. And that's why I'm doing this live today. And I just want to say for the record that if anybody in Carbonation, like I swear, if anybody in Carbonation felt like I ever did them something or I was ever trying to hurt them or anything, I'll apologize to you because that was never in my agenda. That's not even in my soul. You know what I'm saying? And for me to have expressed that I didn't want to be with you from the beginning should have let you know that I never wanted to hurt you in any kind of way. So anything that I did, even if I fought you in a relationship or whatever the case may have been, it was all for the strength of Nature Boy and what he was doing. Not because I did it and I wanted to do it. You know what he wanted me to do to the women in Carbonation? He wanted me to run them like a brothel. He wanted me to arrange sex times when they. Oh, you're gonna have sex with her at 2 o'clock today, and then you're gonna have sex with her at 6 o'clock. This is what he wanted me to do. I didn't never do it. You know why? Because you don't treat a woman like that. You don't put a woman on like that. You don't do that. He wanted me to be mean to those women. He wanted me to hate those women. He wanted me to treat those women like my servants. That is hurtful. That is some hurtful shit. I don't do that to people. No. And I never wanted to hurt them. That's why I told them, stay the fuck away from me. Stay away from me. Stay away from me because I'm not the one. I'm not the one. And I fought them not to hurt them. That's what they don't even realize. I fought them to not hurt them. As crazy as that shit sounds, it make all kind of sense when you in a mentally abusive relationship, when you in a spiritually abusive relationship. Those women weren't. Those women aren't. They're not even themselves because you're not your own mind. When you go there, you're not your own mind. You have to live through the mind of Nature Boy. People say, oh, you was there and you knew. You knew what was going on and you never said nothing about it. You never did this and you never did that. Why you think that I was online fighting for my life every chance Nature Boy got to put a video up of me? For the past 2 years, he been putting up nothing but negativity of me. What do you think that energy was behind? Me standing up for myself. Me standing up for the other women that was there. And they just sitting there wanting to get emotionally hurt by this nigga. And I'm like, no, you don't need to be emotionally hurt by him. Don't let him do that to you. I was there. I was the one saying that. I was the one doing that. Yeah. This nigga literally got me on camera fighting. Fighting. You know how many times behind closed doors that I told him that we needed medical care. Bruh, do you know what the fuck? The only reason why Serenity went to the doctor that one time when she went, she didn't even go to no doctor. It was a fucking midwife from a village that was down the street from us. The only reason why she was able to even be seen by that midwife for one time throughout her whole pregnancy was because of me. Because I had to tell him, this woman is pregnant. She needs to be seen by someone. And you know what he did to Serenity? He didn't even get up to take her to the doctor when she was in labor. He didn't do shit. He didn't do nothing. He fended for other people to do something for her, but he's supposed to be a leader. You know what else? You know what else happened? Even more disastrous than that. Mom dear passed away. Passed away. This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God, I cried all day that day. I didn't know what to tell the lady. She came to me and she said, and I'm gonna talk about this on another live, because this is another topic. She came to me and she said, at the time, she called me Nana, I believe. She said my leg is hurting. And I said, have you been taking your medicine? Because I knew that, well, before she came, Nature Boy had a conversation with her. I was always outside of these conversations. I never was a part of these conversations that he had with other women. So when she came, I only knew bits and pieces. I knew she took medicine for her condition. And so when I asked her, was she taking her medicine? She said, yeah, I'll take it every now and then. But only when I feel like I need to. So in that moment, I told her, I was like, well, if you took your medicine and you still feeling, some kind of way, I think you should just ground. That's what I told her. I said, you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong, You should talk to Nature Boy because he has the control. He has the authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dia other than go to Nature Boy and tell her she needs to go to the hospital. So when I told her that, she knew she couldn't go, or she felt like she couldn't go. I felt her fear of going to Nature Boy and even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or taking medicine, whatever it is that she needed, and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing, and by the time you know it, she passed away. A couple days later, from that initial moment when she told me that her leg was hurting, and I'm not no nurse, so I don't. If somebody come to me with some medical situation, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with them. And you know what? You know what? You know fucking what? I was pregnant. I was pregnant when Mama Deal was there. And that lady took care of me. I swear to God, that lady took care of me. And it wasn't no take care of me because she wanted to get close to Nature Boy. She took care of me because she seen what I was going through. that lady, that lady
Breathe,
was a,
sis, breathe.
that lady was an Aquarius. That lady was an Aquarius Sun Cancer Moon, just like me. That lady had the same heart that I had. And she didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that shit to go on in carbonation. None of it. And she did what she could. But before she could even leave, she passed away because of Nature Boy's negligence. Because of Nature Boy's negligence. Tanisha Malia just got out the hospital off of her deathbed because of Nature Boy. Because of him. Not because of me. Not because of somebody else. Not even because of her, but because of him. Because of the shit he put her through. Yeah, she might have agreed to going through it and being in it and shit like that, but it's not those people's fault. It's not their fault that they going through that. They going through something. I was going through something when I was with him. Whether it had been through I loved him and I wanted to see our family stay together, or off of the strength of him, me feeling like that was my purpose to make shit go right. Because I have a way about myself. If I feel like I'm of service in a situation and I could potentially make the situation better, I will stay and I will give my all. But I realized time after leaving and going back, that he will never change. He won't ever change. Ever. Ever. It doesn't matter who comes. It doesn't matter who goes. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter how great you are. It doesn't matter how, nothing matters. Nothing. The only thing that matters is how much of control can he get over your mind to create you into the character that he wants you to be in his mind, so that he can fuel off of your energy and drain your energy. These people are literally skin and bones. I myself was 98 pounds when I left the first time. You know, he had the audacity to tell me, oh, well, you stressing yourself out. You stressing yourself out because you're not thinking things in a healthy perspective, and then try to gaslight me with the information that he's teaching. When in fact, he's the one who's actually created scenarios for people to turn against each other and be stressed out in the environment the way it is. You go to carbonation, it's not no regular like, oh, I could relax, I could chill. No, as soon as you go there, you feel like you walking on eggs and like eggshells. You just walking on, you know what I'm saying? Just to please him, and then you find yourself trying to do everything in your power to please him, to come up to, to get his attention, or for him to validate how great you are. Because at that point, it's not even you looking for validation. It's a reflection of him, because he's done put his energy and his spirit and his mind into you, and so now you're playing out the shit that he would do. He just has you doing it for him because he needs to feel like like on top of everybody. He needs to feel like God. You know what I'm saying? So you're actually his living testimony of who he actually is. Insecure. Insecure. He was trying to make me feel insecure when I was there. He was trying to make me feel like I wasn't as great as I knew I was when I was there. Trying to take my power away from me. He did it to me. He's doing it to you. You don't have to be mad at me or feel no type of way about me because we're all being done the same thing. Period. I don't care what people gotta say. Like this is literally a emotional, spiritual, mental thing that everybody in carbonation has been through. Like no, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but I knew for myself that when I first went to carbonation, his message wasn't he wasn't portraying himself to that he's portraying himself now. It was rumors when I
Mhm.
it was rumors when I went. It was, oh, he's this, he's that. Like, is he really or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like that. And
Yep.
he wasn't putting on his business on social media either. He wasn't letting everybody know who he is either. That didn't start happening until I got with him and he got comfortable with being who he truly is and showing people who the fuck he really was on social media. Period.
And see, I
So it
remember that he wasn't calling himself the Messiah, and he wasn't plastering his name on every bit of information that people were sharing back then, y'all. It was
was.
like an evolution of an evil spirit, an evolution of a demon. Because he was not like that at first. He really wasn't.
And that's what I said. I just want to say to burn down bonds. They say it's a reason. It's almost too can't here. It's definitely a light, and that's what I want everybody to know. Like I know some people feel some type of way about me saying that I'm doing this for money and I'm doing this for cloud and all of this stuff. At first, I was on Instagram, not making nobody was giving me nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was continuing to speak out. And you know how much hate I got on there? You know how much people was bashing me on there for speaking out, coming out and speaking out about how and what I went through and how I felt. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I get on Beagle and I express myself because off of the simple fact that Nature Boy is trying to silence me. I don't know if y'all ever been through that in life or have ever felt like somebody was trying to silence you and trying to make you seem like somebody you're not. And it to the point where if you allow them to do that to you, you will be broken. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not allowing him to make me be broken in no kind of way and potentially inspire people who have left carbonation and were kind of, broken by the situation or broken completely by the situation to gather
Mhm.
some of their confidence back. This is what this about. People like to talk about how I feel like I'm better than everybody. No, I just have a very strong sense of self. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know what I can create. And anything that I create, I know is the best. You want to know why? Because it comes from me. It comes from me. And you'll never be able to get another, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll never be able to get that energy from somebody else other than me. That's
Right.
why everybody's unique and that's why everybody's important. Because if you had the same self-confidence, the same self-respect, the same self-worth, knowing your self-worth about yourself, we can come to create together and create a dynasty. And this is why I'm talking about how Nature Boy pits women against each other, because once you feel like you are in competition with me, we're never going to bond. The relationship is completely destroyed after that point. These are generational curses that Nature Boy is perpetuating, that he likes to tell us that we need to refrain from and heal. He's actually perpetuating and promoting the very generational curse that he's trying to say we need to heal. You're not doing anything about it, sir. You're not doing anything about it, sir. You're just a person who's talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and behind closed doors doing a whole bunch of demonic negative shit. And it's not even necessarily behind closed doors because niggas see through you. Niggas see what you doing.
And
It
people
is
have
what
to understand that. People have to understand that, Vel, when it come down to that, like he Mm.
I've always carried everybody with the same respect that I have for myself throughout my entire life. Like I've at times I've been really disrespectful. I have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Take responsibility for that because I have been very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Off of the strength of him being Nature Boy being an influence to me. You know, and even when I was younger, like before Nature Boy, when I felt like my decision was better than other people's decision, I would just be like, nah, I will boot them out and be like, nah, I'm gonna do it my own way. You know what I'm saying? It was times like that, but for the most part, I'm not a fucked up individual that just go around disrespecting people off GP. Like, because one thing for me, I like to be respected. I don't like people coming in my space disrespecting me. So I will offer you respect before you even give it to me, just to just to clear the air, just to let you know that I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? And then we'd be cool. But once somebody starts disrespecting you or starts to like just make you feel like you other than what you are, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to. Like my dad told me, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Period. And I believe that on top of that, I believe that every woman out there should have so much respect for herself, so know her worth so much and have so much a strong sense of self that nothing can come into her world that could make her feel jealous or envious. That's a part of the seven deadly sins. We're not even supposed to be feeling like that about each other. I want women to look at each other and see a woman doing something great and then collab with her in hopes and inspiration that it could become something bigger to build upon. We're supposed to be building with each other, not tearing each other down and making each other feel like, oh, well, I paint better than you, so you shouldn't paint at all. I don't give a fuck. If you could paint better than me, we will paint together and we will show the world how good of a painter we both are in our own unique ways. And we will continue to make jewelry and paintings and whatever the fuck we want to make just to make a statement. You know what I'm saying? And let you know, like, you don't have to be against each other to create. You
Right.
know, you don't have to be jealous of another woman to create a beautiful piece, a beautiful masterpiece, whatever avenue that is through that you creatively express yourself through. It is, and that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Nature Boy
And
definitely
and,
lived the
and
truth.
I want to say something about that too. That's what I wanted to get to. So you know how like he uses the manipulation tactics to pin people or pin the women against each other, but he also do it with the men too. And see,
Absolutely.
people don't realize that, they only see, oh well, it's the women, Velvet jealous of the women jealous of Velvet. Like, be honest. But y'all don't understand, he pinned the men against the women too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he make the men feel like the women are the only people that can get so close to him because they having sex with him, or so close to him because they having these relationships with him. That's like a separate dynamic from the men. So it's not just the women that's not flourishing in this environment. The men are not flourishing in this environment also. And then look at how he do them. He'll give them a woman, take them back. Give them a woman, take them back. You know what I'm saying? All of that is psychological warfare on you. And then you have to think about what he has been through in his life. Nature Boy talks about creating generational curses. I mean, healing generational curses when the only thing he's doing is creating them. He is creating every generational curse that he has experienced. Think about him telling women to leave their children. He was abandoned when he was young. Then you have to think about the manipulation that he went through also when he was growing up in a household with his brother, being told his brother was better than him, being told his brother was going to be successful and he wasn't going to do nothing. Like, he was never nourished in that way. So he can't heal nobody. You can't show people love if you've never been loved. You can't heal people if no one's ever healed you, or you healed yourself.
Hmm.
And that's just what it is. So let's not make it just a woman thing, because we all see the manipulation happening with everyone around him. So it's not just about the women hating each other, y'all. The men hate the women just as much as the women hating on each other. And I don't know if y'all noticed that, but if you look, if you look at their eyes, if you listen to the way they talk, like just the other day, what Musa called the women B words. That's how he really feel about them. That's how all the men really feel about them women. So it's not just the women being in competition with each other. The men are in competition with the men and the women. Everybody is
That's
in
that's
competition
true.
with each other to get to him. Let's be
To get
real.
That's true. That's
He
facts.
likes that chaotic environment. He wants to create chaos. He wants everybody to be against everybody so they don't link up together and actually share their thoughts and vibrate higher than him. You have to think about what great minds can do when they get together outside of the chaotic energy.
Mhm. Yep.
If y'all don't understand that, if you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. If
Those
you
are
don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. I cannot tell you anything else because I see that people like to make it a woman thing. It's not. It's everybody. Everybody in that environment.
Yeah.
Pops is in the queue.
Like this, right? I was thinking, right? Somebody all right, so when we was in the let me mute your dad or mute yourself, dad, right quick. So when we were in the camp, right? Um one of the things that he did to everybody, because somebody was like, remember what y'all did to Pure on live? He did that to everybody. So when somebody was considered to be a demon in his environment, he made everybody else turn against them. It didn't matter if
Mm-hmm.
they didn't agree with him or not. They had to agree with him because they was in his vicinity. And if they wouldn't have agreed with him, I appreciate that, class. If they didn't agree with him, then they would have experienced some type of repercussion or consequence for them not being in agreement with him, whether that be him verbally abuse them, mentally abuse them, spiritually abuse, you know what I'm saying, whatever it be, emotionally abuse them, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying. So even me, on multiple occasions when I didn't agree with him, he had everybody against me, men and women in carbonation, and everybody was looking at me like, "Oh, you a demon." True, on multiple occasions, told me how he didn't want me in carbonation and how I was a demon and I don't need to be there because I'm not about the mission. And everybody else felt the same way. So every time I went back to carbonation, it wasn't no like, "Oh yeah, Chiefess is back." It was like, "Yeah, this bitch is back. Let's see what fucked up thing she gonna do next." You know what I'm saying? That's what the
Mm-hmm.
environment is like. Not like, oh yeah, like we agree with you, we forgiving. You know, he likes to portray that carbonation is a people of forgiving and accepting people back on their journey to live out their journey and shit like that, get back on the path. No, when people leave carbon, anybody who has left carbonation and then went back, it'll never be the same for them ever again, because one thing that they did was leave, and everybody there who didn't leave, they have some type of one up on them, like, yeah, I'm gonna be the one who endures to the end, so this nigga ain't shit. So they would treat you some type of way. The women in carbonation and the men in carbonation will treat you some kind of way, no matter who you are. It didn't matter who you
Mm-hmm.
are. I could run down endless situations or experiences that happened when I was in carbonation where all of them was against me, men and women.
Mhm.
How much of a demon they thought I was, and this and that, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It is not what Nature Boy portrays it to be at all, at all.
Right.
Everybody is against everybody. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
is against everybody in
Mhm.
that situation. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, not like all forgiving how he portrays it to be, and all like, oh yeah, we're gonna allow somebody to finish their journey. No, they don't give a fuck about people who left carbonate. They actually use those people. They use those people even more so than the people who actually stay there. You know what I'm saying? I could tell, I could run through the stories of how many times I've been in carbonation. I appreciate that, Pretty Black. I appreciate everybody in the room also who's giving donations. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate. We number one on the heat list, so I appreciate that. But yeah, like I could tell you multiple conversations that I've had calling Nature Boy out in front of carbonation, and then carbonation Everybody in Carbon Nation turned on me, including him. And then I'm sitting there with Eliana in my arms, feeling attacked by the whole Carbon Nation. But I'm supposed to be his wife. I'm supposed to be his empress. He's supposed to protect me and do all of this extra shit. Nah, so nobody could sit there and tell me like, oh, you did fucked up. Nah, he did that shit to me too. You know what I'm saying? Just like it happened to Pierre, that shit happened to me. He didn't just let me leave. I had to escape. He confiscated my documents. At least for other people, he didn't confiscate their documents and was like, he did some shit to them, like, gaslighted them and persuaded them not to leave and shit like that. But he never put their hands on. He never put his hands on them. There are some people he did, but most of the people he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because he really just don't give a fuck if they leave or come and leave. Like, he'll easily replace Aya with somebody else. He'll easily replace Efra with somebody else. You know why? Because he sees that their energy, he could just suck it and suck it and suck it and suck it and suck it. Like Tina said, I was a challenge. If you're a challenge, that's the most fucked up part about it. If you're not a challenge, he don't care. But if you are a challenge, he cares. And this is my question to Nature Boy. What are you actually asking for? What are you actually asking to deal with? Because you say you want a real, you say you want a real woman. You say you want a woman who's gonna stand up and do all this shit. But in fact, you can't take a real woman. You can't. You'll never be able to take the heat of a real woman, because a real woman gonna tell you about yourself. She gonna tell you what she feel. She gonna tell you if you're wrong or not. And it's gonna be up to you to be able to have to deal with that, but you can't deal with it because you want to have control. You don't want a real woman. So any woman that you attract to you is gonna be emotionally immature, or you're gonna invoke the emotional immaturity out of her because you're emotionally immature, and that's all you want. And that's all you can bring out of anybody. Toxicity, negativity, demons. That's the only thing that you can draw out of people. You'll never be able to get a woman of substance. You'll never be able to continue to have a woman of substance or even hold her down, because that's not what you are. Period. And she'll never be able to be around your ass, because real women don't be around fuck niggas. Period.
And can I say something about that too? You know how a lot of people say, um, people attract the energy, like it's almost like the type of people around you, you attract that energy. But y'all have to understand what he putting out to the world. You know, I know on camera, to us, it look really fucked up, right? Like it
Mhm.
really do. It really do look a whole lot of fucked up. But in the background, behind the scenes, he tried to portray himself very differently. He tried to portray himself differently. He tried to portray his environment differently. And when you go there, you actually find out, no, what's going on online is actually what's going on in the background. And see, when he talking to people one on one, y'all be feeling like, why in the hell would somebody take their ass over there? Why would somebody even put themselves in this situation, bro? But y'all don't know unless you've actually been at psychological warfare with this man. You don't know.
Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
have you have never experienced it. You probably won't ever be able to experience it unless you have actually talked to this man. And it's crazy to me, but that so many people feel like we just get tricked, or people just get tricked by what they see online. And in the background, when he talking to these folks, he telling them, no, that's not real. That's not real. It's just for entertainment. It's just for this. It's just for that. And he gaslighting them, love bombing them in the background. And he making them feel like, if I come here, you know, online is different, but when I get there, it's going to be peaceful. When I get there, everybody's going to get along. When I get there, we're going to be
Oh,
going on nature walks, and we're going to be out in nature. Really, we're going to be enjoying ourselves. Y'all, that's not the reality. You spend every damn day locked up in a goddamn house. You go outside, you get dressed, you take pictures just to make it look like that's how you spending your life. Then every now and then he take you once a month to a damn national park, or to a beach, or to a
to
mountain somewhere.
a random ass waterfall that they found up the road.
E- exactly. But
And
that's what it is.
nothing of substance because when you get there, he's still gaslighting you, still making you feel like you ain't shit. So you really didn't even get to enjoy every
Mm-hmm.
out of all the beautiful shit that I've seen when I was out there. I never got to enjoy. You know why? Because he was only using that to his benefit to control me. The scenery, the being out in nature, the doing this, doing that. He only using that to reel people in.
Yeah. It's
That's
all
it.
fake. It is an illusion. It's all an illusion. And I promise you, I'm finna tell y'all right now, young brothers, young sisters, you would be better off taking a trip to these places yourself. Go by yourself. It's not worth it. You will actually enjoy and have a good time if you and a group of your friends got together and y'all decided, hey, let's go to Costa Rica for a week. Let's go to Nicaragua for a week. Let's go here for a week. I promise you, you will enjoy yourself way better than giving everything up, giving all your possessions up, giving your credit cards up, giving your social security up. You will be way better off getting a group of friends, even if it's people that you met online. Even if it's people that you met online that kind of feel like, oh yeah, we want to travel to the tropics. Bruh, get a group of people together, go stay in the damn Airbnb because it's the same thing Nature Boy doing, and enjoy yourself. Go have a
That
good goddamn time. Take your ass back home. And if that's something that you really resonate with doing,
doing it
and if
on
that
your own.
type of lifestyle is what you resonate with doing, go back home and make those necessary steps so you can go into the tropics and live without having somebody taking your woman away from you, making you abort babies, making you fight people, only eating one time a day, not really going outside, having to sleep in tents because it ain't enough room in the house for you to sleep. I, y'all, it's better. Take a vacation. Take a vacation. Nature Boy carbonation is not worth it. And there's a lot of people, a lot of black melanated people who live right now in Costa Rica. Right now, they're in Costa Rica. A lot of them, they all live their own individual lives, but they get together and they still fellowship and they still have a community, but they doing their own thing. They're not being ran by one person, one energy, one ruler, a false prophet.
Right, right. That's facts, kids. That's actual facts. I just want to go ahead and thank everybody that's in the comments right now who's sending gifts. I appreciate that. I see everything that's coming to me right now. I do want to let people up in the boxes. Dad, I want you to. I'm gonna drop you out the queue. I'm gonna drop you out the panel, but I want to bring you back in box number 2, so 7 and 8 could be open for guests. I'm gonna start bringing guests in now. We at our hour mark,
Bill,
so
he can have my spot. I can drop down. Pops can have my spot.
Wait, no,
who
but
is
it's two is still up, open. That's why she said
Yeah,
start
it's an
down to
order.
two.
It's just an order.
that? I'm gonna
Oh, I
start.
didn't even realize nobody was down there
God
too.
said
Okay.
no. We need him in one. Tracy,
So
drop down. Look, Tracy, drop down so we can put pops in one.
Yeah, Tracy go to two.
Can I
Tracy,
just?
go to two and put pops in one.
Okay, hold on. Let me try.
I'm gonna put my dad. I'm gonna put my dad right here, number 1. Tracy, where you at? Alright, I'm gonna put Tracy in number 2. Alright, so I'm gonna add callers in boxes number 7 and 8. I'm gonna start from the top. Alexandro is in number 7 and Lex is in number 8. Wait, Alexandro didn't come in, so there's one with kissy faces. Who is
And when you come on the panel, please, if you're not talking, mute yourself.
Oh, and a minimum two questions each, you all, and the topic is Nature Boy pinning the women up against each other. So if y'all have questions regarding that, then come in. If it's something that you want to share, then come in. But please, 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 let's be mindful that there is a lot of people in the queue
Oh, hey,
and
boo.
mute when you're not speaking. Thank you.
yeah,
Hey,
there's a lot of
everybody on the panel. 1 second as I mute.
what's up? No, Empress, you go ahead and talk and then Lex is gonna talk. What's up, Empress?
Okay.
Okay, honey. Thank you, Val. Um, I do have one question for you.
Mhm.
It's not technically on the topic. It's more so just for you. Like, have you been And you made me so emotional a little while ago. It was hurting me to see you cry, girl. That's why I put myself in the thing. But have you done any like forgiveness rituals, or with just forgiving yourself? And you pour out so much love, and I don't want to take anything from you right now. I just want to pour into you, actually. um but how I just want to know how you are taking care of you during this time. And I know you have a tribe around you, and I love that. I love the fact that these ladies are here to make sure that they're being a first line of defense for you, because you're answering so many questions and having to constantly um and I want to make sure I got my emotions in check as I'm saying this, but you're constantly having to like speak for your actions and what happened. You're not responsible. You've said that over and over again. This is a fact. You're not responsible for someone else's actions. You're not. And please, I hope nobody is sending me nothing. Please don't. Please send that to Vel. Um, you're constantly having to, and like I said, I got to check my emotions, girl, because out of all of this time that I have been following the situation, you know, you've had my heart this whole time. And so I get emotional about things with you because I feel what it is you're going through, and I understand it because I've been there to understand it and be able, when you talk, I can relate to it. I'm 42 today, so I'm much older than you. Um, my experience is a little bit more, but I relate to you. Even at your age in your 20s, I relate to a lot of what I see you're going through. So I just wanted to ask that question. Like I said, I just want to pour into you. I feel like you don't even need to be answering no more questions, honestly, but that's just my opinion. And I don't want to give you no advice because I feel like, everybody got that.
I feel like this is a good way for me to heal. A lot of people have their dispositions about it because what they would do in my situation, but I'm not everyone else. I'm a speaker. I'm a talker.
Right.
I've been on social media before Nature Boy. I've always been on social media. I left to go be with Nature Boy and told somebody that I'm going to be on television. So my public appearance and my public disposition, it always stand even before I even knew that it did. So I'm in my element, and this is helping me heal. And
Right.
when I'm off of social media, I'm taking every precaution necessary towards my healing and towards my growth. I have done and started to do forgiveness rituals, healing rituals, forgiving myself, forgiving, just everything that I've been through, and I'm coming along. It's not happening overnight, but it's
Right.
happening, and I appreciate the support that I'm getting through the time because Nature Boy really tried to take my support system away from me.
Right. Right.
Because I know, like everybody that's in this panel with the same picture up is supporting me, and I did, like all the stuff I did. I wouldn't have ever imagined that people would still be rooting for me, still
Right.
on my side, still helping me, still, I would have never, to know that that still exists is humbling, a humbling experience, knowing that Nature Boy tried to destroy me and that I was, making decisions unto my own demise as well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
I,
that's all, honey. I just to let you know, like I said before, I understand you talked about a lot of the people that say things that are, against. That's real. That's very real. But the love is very real too. So I just want to just keep reiterating that, keep letting you know that, girl. And I do feel a little bit emotional right now because I don't like seeing you like this. I didn't like seeing you like this when you guys were in Mexico, and I damn sure don't like seeing you like this now. But I understand you have a mission, and I support you in that mission, but just as much as you pour out, just know that there's those of us here to pour into you as well, okay?
I
All right.
appreciate that.
All right. And I'm gonna drop down.
I'll follow
Thank
you.
you.
Follow you actually. What's up, Lex? How you doing?
I'm doing well. First off, please no gifts to me as well. I'm not here for that. Velvet, first I want to say I apologize because I was one of those people that I didn't understand why you were on here. I didn't understand why, you would talk about things and apologize. You would talk about things and not just you'd give your, side, but not tell your actions. And today you did that for me. Like, I understand now. I see. And again, I apologize. Behind the scenes, I'm doing the best I can to help. Um, I know right now y'all aren't a fan of Ryan, but I am part of his team behind the scenes. And I've been wanting to reach out to y'all because I do feel like the way he might have conveyed it to y'all came off threatening or a scare tactic. And that wasn't the intent. We just have things in motion. And when you're ready, we wanted just to give you that information so we can add on to what's already on the roll. That was it. And I apologize. I wasn't bashing you. I I respect you. I always said that I respect what you're doing. I just feel like you were holding back and you gave it to me today. And that's all I can ask for.
I appreciate that. I do.
Wait, hold on, wait. Before you drop her down, let me say this. Lex, we have actually a few people that you see here on this panel. A few of us have tried to reach out to Ryan. A few of us have reached out to Ryan. People have to understand that we have a certain way that we do things. We have a certain way that we work. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
And
get
and and
I
and,
told
and, and we like to kind of check things out first before we bring anybody to anybody. You see what I'm saying? And
And
and,
I
and
already
everybody
said in the comments we
that.
wasn't gonna talk about no Ryan D. I already
I'm
told her that in the comments.
I'm not here for that. I'm just letting you know I apologize. And again, I'm only here to help behind the scenes. If Ryan D isn't the way for you, please reach out to me.
Yeah, please be respectful.
Yes, sir. No problem. And thank you for everybody on this panel. Like, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
I
Blessings.
appreciate that, Lex. I appreciate that.
I'm serious, girl. You got a good head on your shoulders. I'm not just saying that. I do watch you. I do know what you went through. I do see you growing for that, and I do see that you are trying to provide the best for your daughter moving forward. And I'm
Right.
here for that.
thank you.
I, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Y'all are welcome. Good night or good day. It's nighttime where I'm at.
It's just with her is like there's a lot of people out there who talk about me, but it's alright. What's up, Ziggy?